If I got a dollar every time someone told me I would start taking my health and fitness more seriously after this busy season, I would be a millionaire. And here's why. Many busy professionals think this way. They are of the belief that they cannot work on their health and fitness, they cannot lose fat, build muscle, get in shape, right? Reduce their chances of dying astronomically if they're busy, right? That they have to have a calm season where there's not a lot of work and the family doesn't require their time, and only then they can get serious. But if you think about that mindset and that belief, at its core is very flawed, because here's the thing. First of all, life is never perfect. Unexpected shit happens all the time. Shit hits the fan, there might be an accident, you might have to work overtime, you might have to travel abroad to, I don't know, go for work, for family vacations. A whole bunch of things can happen all the time. And what are you gonna do when shit hits the fan and when unexpected things happen? Because if you don't learn the skills and knowledge necessary to navigate these periods where everything is kind of tumultuous, how are you gonna do it next time when it does happen? And even if you do actually get serious about your health and fitness, when everything's calm, everything's super easy, when shit does hit the fan, what are you gonna do next? And so that's why this mindset is very flawed, because it only works when everything is calm, when you don't have a billion things coming at you. But reality is far different from that. You cannot tell me that there's any guarantee in life that you'll wake up tomorrow happily, healthily. Who knows? Touch wood, we both might get hit by a car and never wake up tomorrow. Who knows? So there's no guarantee in life, and therefore you'll never know whether this busy season is just during this period or if it'll keep happening again. Here's another thought for you to think about. If you keep having the same thought process that you'll only start after a busy season in your life, this clearly shows yourself that your health and fitness is not a priority to you. That it's something that you only do in seasons, in periods, in phases. But that's the biggest mistake, because even if you do get the results during a period where you're not as busy, how are you going to sustain that, right? Realistically, how are you going to sustain that? So that mindset is very flawed, because when things start to calm, when things start to get more tumultuous, you're not going to be able to actually tackle your health and fitness issues. And the fact of the matter is that health and fitness is very much a marathon, right? You've probably heard this phrase a million times. It's not a sprint. It's not something that you just do for 4, 8, or 12 weeks. It's something that you do for the rest of your life. And it doesn't have to be very difficult, but it has to be something that you consistently do and that can weather the test of time, right? It should be an evergreen system that you have in place that you can use anytime throughout your life, that is not only applicable to your life when everything's easy. So yes, you absolutely can work out and get fit. You absolutely can be serious during a busy period. It doesn't have to be either or. This either or mindset is the same reason why you're stuck in this position in the first place. It's probably why you keep going through yo-yo diets. It's probably why maybe sometimes you might even see a little bit of results, if any, and then everything comes crashing down because you don't know what to do when shit hits the fan or when life gets busy. And the fact of the matter is, again, life will. Now, how do I know this so concretely? What gives me the authority to even talk about any of this? First of all, I used to be a national powerlifter. And when I was competing for Singapore, there was a period of time where I was training 5 times a week. 5 times a week, 3 hours per session. And guess what? I wasn't able to do a whole bunch of other things because I'm not just training in the gym and, just trying to look fit. I was actually training to be a high peak performing athlete, a world-class athlete. And that required a lot out of me. So I didn't spend time with my family. I didn't spend time with my partner. I didn't have time to work on my business. I didn't have time for myself. And that made me even more stressed out because I thought that it was either or. I either become a great athlete or I have a normal social life. And that led to injuries down the line. That led to me burning out, right? Me feeling that I wasn't meant for the sport anymore. And after a lot of back and forth with my coach and a lot of careful consideration, we reduced the 5-session workout split to 3 sessions, where now I'm not doing 3-hour marathons, workout sessions in the gym. It's just 45 minutes to an hour. And not only did I have a better social life, I had more time for myself, more time for my loved ones, less stress, but I also was less injured and I performed better as a national powerlifter. So the thing is, if it could work for me at that level, doing athlete things, then don't you think it could work for you as a person who's just trying to lose fat, build muscle, and get in shape? This is the same thing that has helped numerous clients of mine get amazing results, despite them feeling at the start that work was too busy and that they had too much on their plate. I even had a client, Honey, who works 12-hour shifts as a paramedic. Not only is it a physical, laborious job, but he is super tired, having to work 12 hours. Most people don't work 12 hours, but he still got the task done. He still did the work, right? He still got to the gym. He was still able to eat clean despite all that. So every time you tell yourself that you'll only get serious after a busy season, you know it's a bunch of bullshit, that you're not actually gonna do that. And secondly, even if you do that, everything's gonna come crashing down afterwards, because again, a busy season is not just for one period of your life. It's gonna come back. It's gonna come back again. Sometimes it's gonna be really long. Some people's busy season period is an entire year. So then what are you gonna do? Not work out for a whole year? Not take it seriously? Just think about what that does to you as a person. Like, what are the consequences long term, down the line? 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. Okay, I only work out when I'm free. I only work out and get serious when life is not as tumultuous. What do you think is gonna happen to you? Obviously, you're probably gonna get some health-related diseases like fucking diabetes, stroke, cancer, because you don't take this shit seriously. Give yourself a bunch of excuses to tell yourself that you can only do things when life is perfect. And again, life isn't perfect. So I don't want you listening to me rant throughout this video and think to yourself, okay, that was helpful. Now I know that, I should probably be working out no matter how busy I feel I am. But I don't want you to leave this video not knowing what to do next, just leaving empty-handed. So here's an actionable you can take. Always be of the mindset that something is better than nothing. Like, a lot of times we think that we need to give either 100%, right, all or nothing, or we just do a bunch of nothing, right, black and white. But I want you to operate in the grays, right, in the in-betweens. What can you do that would only take up 2 minutes of your time despite how busy you are? And it doesn't matter whether it's related to nutrition, whether it's related to working out, whether it's related to getting more sleep in. It doesn't matter. What is 2 minutes of an activity that's related to the task that you're trying to complete? So for example, if you think you're too busy to go to the gym, not time to get serious, just try to do 2 minutes of a related activity to going to the gym. So it could be 2 minutes of walking. It could even just be showing up to the gym for just 2 minutes, doing whatever the hell you want to do, whatever exercises, whatever warm-ups, whatever stretching. And if you feel at the end of 2 minutes that was too much, then go back home. But chances are, if you bothered, you made an effort, you packed your bag, you headed to the gym for even just 2 minutes, you're probably gonna stay longer than that. And you're gonna realize that you actually do have the time, you do have the energy, you do have the focus to get something done in the gym. Remember this, it's always better to do something than to do absolutely nothing at all when it comes to your health and fitness. I'll see you in the next one.